Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah! We got it! We got it!
New 52 booklet.
Somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Justice League Rewatch. We're finally here. The stupid ancient history episode. I'm Jared, and I'm here with Nick from the Phoenix Press. What's up, brother?
That was bullcrap!
Yeah, exactly. All right. So we've been hyping up this episode. Well, hyping is not exactly the right word. We've been berating this episode for the past 5 weeks. You have no idea how hard it was for me to know this was coming up and then go, oh no, because I was counting down to it. This is as if the DCAU has one more Bruce Timmism to throw at you before it ends.
I just gotta say, they really did dug up some past sins.
This is on that level. So the episode is... It's the return of the Shadow Thief, and he kidnaps Vixen to like draw out John Stewart, Carter Hall, and Shayera. So what he does is he uses that device again to like show them memories of the past. And then at first it starts off okay because they're revisiting the whole Carter Hall and Shayera whole land and everything. And then the general of the Egyptian army shows up, and it's an ancestor. It's basically John Stewart.
Victory! The land of Kondak has been freed from Octon's rule and placed under your benevolent protection.
What is this?
Played by the same voice actor who, by the way, he is using a slightly different dialect. So it's not like the exact same voice, but he is using... He does change up his voice a little bit, so give the actor some credit.
I know, it's just when you imply that he's part of the reincarnation thing, that I'm sorry, there's no defending that.
Yeah, they're really trying to imply these two are endgame. Like you kind of did that when you went into the future, and you have this guy named Warhawk, who's the child of both of them. That literally did. You didn't have to double down.
And you double down in like the absolute worst way. We're like, let's destroy the past of these characters and make it so like even the past, Shayera was like an adulteress and all that. And I'm like,
and the other thing is, so the other guy, like Carter never implied to kill them. He never even he never even hinted at it.
He said, I wish they were dead, but still, I'm just like. When I watched that part, they even and Nick brought this up to me when we before we started recording, how they recreated the scene complete with the music when John first took off her helmet,
the angles, the way they shot it, same camera angles, everything.
Yeah, and I'm like, I get what you're trying to do, but this is the wrong way. Yeah, go ahead.
Also, the time frame. It's just really bad. The way the events plays out, they basically imply, I want a baby. No. Okay, I'm gonna cheat on you.
Yeah, it's the most stereotypical plot ever.
Like, oh, smile, like the time is so compressed. And it's like a 180. Like, it would be one thing if this played out like over a while where it's like, oh, I have feelings for you, but like I want to be with this guy because I want him to give me a baby. Oh, he won't give me a baby, so I'm gonna fine, I'll commit to you. Like, okay, that's a little bit better, because like then you can kind of understand, like that makes a little more sense. But just like, give me a baby, no, okay, I'm with this guy now. Like it's very shallow.
Yeah. By the way, Bruce Timm did go on the record of saying Shayera and John do get back together. Surprise! Well, we knew that because we watched the previous episode. So that's the other problem. The way
the thing is I hate. You clearly did this episode to say these two are endgame. And at the end of the episode, they're still not back together. Like, he doubles down and commits. Like, why even, like the whole point of the episode was to say, Shayera and John are endgame. And at the end of the episode, like, I can get, like, hey, I need more time. Like, I know it's our destiny, but I still need more time. Like he might break up with her, but, like, I get not instantly being back together, but doubling down.
Plus, the other thing is, like, I won't be a slave of fate. I'm going to be with Vixen. But you know how it's going to end. It's not, you're still being a slave to fate because that's what was supposed to happen.
And the other tease is at the end of the episode, she goes to see Batman and asks about her son, which I'm not.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, Shira. But also, it's a tease for storylines we never get.
Yeah, we kind of do in, like, the ancillary comics. But it should be in the show, and it's like, I will say I did like the beginning dialogue between Shayera and Mari, where Mari clearly knows that, like, Shayera is going to make a play for John, and then she goes, "I can always poison you. I can't poison your water, man. I miss Thanagar."
It's not like I can just assassinate you in your sleep or poison your water. I miss Thanagar. I
do like how they're kind of friends. Like, they both know they're kind of fighting over a guy, but they themselves have no animosity toward each other. Like, it is surprisingly healthy.
Yeah, the other reference I kind of like, did you remember the name Teth Adam and Kondak?
I got Kondak.
I'll give you a hint. Teth Adam was in a recent DCEU movie where the hierarchy changed.
Things will never be the same. Because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
But not in the way he thought.
Not in the way... Well, there's still time. There's still time. But it's Black Adam. That's what I'm trying to say. It's Black Adam.
That was nice.
But I'm like, if he has the... Does he have the Black Adam powers? Because if he has the Black Adam powers, he should have taken out John. I'm saying that.
Yeah, like... I mean, if it's like Hawkman and Hawkgirl versus Black Adam, I'm sorry, but I gotta give the edge to Hawkman and Hawk, because, like, their nth metal does kind of negate the magic to a degree. I think together they have a chance against Black Adam.
Yeah,
just because nth metal negates magic, especially like that nth metal net thing. Like, why didn't they use that in the movie? By the way,
yeah, why didn't they? I have no idea. They even had a Hawk character, but it's just that.
Remember, when we get back to the ship, you and I are gonna have to talk.
Yes, sir. Me and you.
You and me. I love that running joke. But with this, again, going back to this episode, it's just that one retcon about Jon Stewart. And I'm like...
It's really stupid. Because, like, and to me, the worst thing about this is, they, like, this whole entire episode, Destiny. And then they chicken out at the end. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I'm not gonna let Destiny rule me. I'm gonna be with her. Like, it's like you had this entire episode, and then you did like a last minute sort of like, screw you, this entire episode meant nothing.
Mm-hmm. So this episode contains some of the most mature content in the DCAU. Are you sure? Have you read the comics where Batman gets an 18-year-old pregnant?
I mean, it's written by Bruce Timm, so his view on mature is a little bit...
Yeah, depicting infidelity, a double murder, and suicide, and contrived plot lines. I added that one.
Yes, contrived plot lines are very mature. I can't even the sentence.
Dwayne McDuffie mentioned that James Raymar's performance in the episode made him jump at the recording when Raynor said, "I said get out," as his character comes across the dead bodies of Shayera and Bashari.
Yeah, I mean, I have no issues with the actors in this. They did a great job. Like, the voice acting is great in this. Like, that is a plus performance.
Some scenes in the flashback sequence share similarities from Wild Cards and Starcrossed, as you said. The scene where Shayera Hall and Bashari kiss was copied almost frame from frame from the Wild Cards episode. With
also, before you go any further, is it just me or is I getting Mummy vibes?
A little bit, yeah. a little bit. When Shayera,
Shayera was very much Aksunama in this one.
yeah, when Shayera tells Hafset that she wishes to speak to her husband alone, it's almost like the scene in Starcross where Talek scolds Kragar for interrupting his and Shayera's private moment and conversation together. Interesting. And when Hafset tells Carter Hole about his wife's affair with Bashari, it mirrors the scene Starcross when Kragar tells Talek that Shayera should be properly debriefed after spending 5 years on Earth.
It's like poetry. It sort of rhymes.
Hafset's modern day counterpart is Kragar, as we saw. Kragar was the Thanagarian that like Martian Manhunter screwed up his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Timm goes on the record and said they do get back together. Well, yeah, we knew that, but again, this is the contrived AU. Because most of these plot lines are contrived or made up because Bruce Timm wants to live vicariously through these characters. I want to be with Wonder Woman, even though she's 18. I want to be with Batgirl.
I'm sorry,
she's 18.
But I refuse. Like, I don't care what they say. I refuse to believe that Wonder Woman is 18. She does not look 18. She does not act like an 18-year-old. Because here's the thing you got to realize. By this logic, Supergirl is older than Wonder Woman. Think about that for a moment. That's how stupid that idea is. Because remember, at the end of Supergirl, she's 21. Okay.
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman is either younger than or around the same age as Supergirl, yet she's treated.
You're assuming Bruce Timm thought this through.
Which is why I refuse to believe that Wonder Woman is 18.
So you're saying Dwayne McDuffie's wrong then?
Rest in peace, you genius writer. I love your writing, but in this one instance, I think you're wrong. But you're amazing
ignoring that, how about Batman sleeping with sleeping getting an 18-year-old pregnant, aka Batgirl?
There's no accounting for taste these days.
Yeah, and
hey, we're not going there, okay? I'm just saying, Wonder Woman being 18, I don't believe it. I don't know why you'd bring in the Batgirl stuff.
But I'm just saying because Bruce Timm should not be trusted when it comes to who goes together. Because he turned Batman into a predator. I'm still going to maintain that. When Shadow Thief kidnaps Jon Stewart, he says, "Blackest night beats brightest day." This is a reference to the Green Lantern oath. I did like that as a Green Lantern fan. Yeah.
That one's kind of obvious.
Gentleman Ghost's presence in this episode is most likely a nod to his origin. He was a highway robber who was hanged by the 19th century reincarnations of Hawkman and Hawkgirl, but cast a spell not to pass on until his killers were dead. Given that they've been around for thousands of years, Gentleman Ghost has a slight problem.
Slight problem.
Yeah. The ruler of the nation, Carter Conquered, Teth Adam, is the real name of Black Adam, the predecessor of Captain Marvel to wield the power of Shazam. But yeah, even with that, it's not like Carter and Shayera fought directly. They sent human Jon Stewart and I think it's human versus Black Adam.
Yeah, even if they had Thanagarian technology, if Black Adam had his Black Adam powers, he would have made short work of him. I believe the only way I could say they managed to do it is Tep didn't have his Black Adam powers. That's the only way it's possible.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. When did he get his powers? I
don't think about it too much, bro. Don't think about it too much.
Look this way. I'm putting more thought into this universe than Bruce Timm clearly did. But
yeah,
continuing on, there's no interesting cameos to bring up. But again, just this one. Do you see now why, as we approach this episode, I was pissed?
5 out of 10.
Yeah, this episode definitely gets a 5 out of. To me, it gets a 4 out of 10 because I'm a Green Lantern fan, so it's below average.
The only reason I'm even giving it that much is it does have strong performances by the voice actors. The voice actors do a really good job.
That's the 4.
And I love Vixen and Hawkgirl's interactions. Also, hats off to Carter. Carter actually proves himself to be a pretty decent guy in this episode.
Yeah.
This episode actually because before this, he was just a stalker. He's still a bit of a stalker, but at the end, he realizes, you know what? No. Like they actually kind of have some peace. Like, hats off, they actually kind of like put Carter in a better place in this episode. So that's why I give it some credit.
Oh, also the character assassination of Jon Stewart on this, because he stays with Vixen after openly admitting that he's in love with Shayera. So you're basically cheating on your girlfriend.
And then also admitting, like, yeah, so I went to the future and I met her son, but I'm still going to be with this other woman. It
just makes no sense. It's so dumb. Exactly. That's why I give it a 4 out of 10.
The only way that I see this is I firmly believe they thought they were getting another season, because there's no way you would leave the storyline like this. It's very clearly they're setting up for more storyline. I feel like they thought they were getting another season, because this is towards the end of the run. And if they knew they were not getting renewed, they would not have left the storyline like this.
And they only advanced it in the Justice League Infinity comics, which were a continuation of JLU. And all that advances is that Vixen breaks up with Jon Stewart. And then in an earlier Jon Stewart story, it shows like the progression. It actually changes the canon. So they didn't even like line up the continuity in the comics.
See, that's the problem I have with the episode. This episode thinks it's making bold changes, but ultimately it means nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I give it a 4. The only reason why I give it a 4 instead of a 0 is because of the points that you made. But the rest of it, no, I'm sorry. As a Green Lantern fan, I'm sorry, I cannot defend this. This gets a 4 out of 10. You should be ashamed of yourself, Bruce Timm. Go back to shipping Batman and Batgirl when no one wants you. Stay heroic, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod. Zoe is the Max.